This is Uthred and this is Conflict of Nations, World War III, Day 14, and I'm playing as Afghanistan. So previously, I have shown you I started the attack against Iran, and you have seen how I sent and directed my forces to each of their directions. And now here is the current scenario. Here is the current map. And we're gonna read the news later, and definitely I'm gonna provide you with a lot of updates of events here because a lot of things happened. So I'm gonna give you an update later. So, but before that, let me just set up my attack here against this uh, Iranian forces close to my conquered territories. So, I didn't log in for a long time. I've been very busy with my other projects, and I was not able to check uh, what happened. But I did log in like uh, twice, I guess, after my recording, and that's the reason why um, my forces looks like this. So I'm gonna explain what happened. So there, I just sent my 12 fighter wing and my other fighter wing to destroy these two armies that you can see here in the map. So okay, so I have an army here in Bandar Abbas. I was able to capture this, though I failed to secure this border here because we still have an enemy here in fighting. What? Who are you fighting? Okay, because yesterday I sent a unit of the National Guard to patrol to capture this territory, but it seems like that unit failed. So let's check. So we conquered the Rab from Iran. So that's this territory. We conquered Vevar. Okay, so that's one in the north, and border have been violated by Lurs, or Kerman have been violated by Lurs. So this one, okay, and then has been conquered by Lurs. Giroft. Okay, so kinonquer siya. Okay, so the border of Giroft have been violated. Engaged in combat with the 13th Military Unit. Okay. 9th Elite. Ragnar the Warlord has eliminated the 13th Infantry Battalion. Okay. Was defeated by the 11th. Has eliminated the 14th. Okay, so dito, so that's where he was defeated, and then this was recaptured. So that's what happened. We were able to capture this, but we were no, we did not capture that territory. Okay, so those are the things that happened previously. So I'm gonna send a stack up against Tehran. I have one army here in the north, ready to strike, but this one is wounded. So I'm gonna send this. I'm gonna monitor this within. I'm gonna monitor this in the whole day. This all day. So I'm gonna attack this. What if I divide them, right, and then have the other one cross this one? What if they're off? Oh, I'm gonna cross from here. I'm gonna capture this. So there, I just started the march from Isfahan going to Tehran, and I've sent my 14th Infantry Division to conquer Tehran. And I left my 8th National Guard Division to garrison Isfahan because that's a hot spot. And so um, my 13th National Guard is currently under siege, and I can't do anything about them right now, so they'll have to hold because I left them there. So let me check the strength of this army. So that's 7.2 attack damage for infantry, and my National Guard can inflict 8.5 defense damage. So I'm gonna win there. So he has a plane. Damn. So has a plane. Okay. Just one plane, and he is bombing Ashgabat. Okay. It's always surprising to see what happened to the game right after you left, right after you went offline for a long time. So that's a lot of information to digest, basically. So if I'm just being silent and thinking, that's because I'm trying to contemplate and understand what happened, and I'm trying to come up with a strategy or an option to to counter each enemy move. Although it's obvious that I'm currently winning this fight here against Iran, but you know it's not Iran. It's not just Iran who's the enemy. Iraq had also declared war already, so I'm expecting an attack from him, from Iraq, anytime. So I have my Corvette here. I can start and him send him here as reconnaissance. If I lose this, then that's fine. That's gonna be fine. There. This one will land in Tehran in 22 minutes. My army here will arrive in 4 hours. Okay. And my planes here. Okay. 24 minutes, and the other one is 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna have to send my fighter. These are air superiority fighters. Very good. So I'm gonna send them to attack this one. I'm gonna send the 7th fighter squadron to attack the 4th fighter squadron, who is currently returning back to Tehran. Okay, so this game is getting interesting, and there's a lot of updates that I'm gonna give you guys. So let's go check the scoreboard first, and check and see who's leading after they change. So we still have the top three, which is US, UK, France, and we have Kenya um, as the fourth player, and fifth will be Iraq. So us, Afghanistan is currently the sixth player. Myanmar is the next. So Libya is currently at war with both the UK and France. So I'm expecting his downfall anytime soon. So the war have started here. So France have occupied the southern territories of Libya. Damn, this one. Oh no. So I hope that this, well, that's gonna happen definitely. So we're gonna have a war soon. And Kenya is also taking advantage of Libya. But if I were Kenya, I would not have done that. I will focus my troops here in Iraq. The reason is because it's it's fine. I can get, if I will allow France to conquer all of this, I can get them later. But what I need is a stronger position. Uh, I need to be in a stronger position and fortified position once our borders uh, once we closed our borders. I mean, you know, once we share borders. So if you attack Libya right here, you're diminishing Libya's ability to fight back to its enemies. And actually, you have to encourage Libya to fight here, because that will give Kenya some time. But anyway, what your allies have done is something that is already out of your control. So, in those kind of situations, look at this: Libya and Iraq. So, they are in a coalition. Okay, so let's see. Middle East. Libya and Iraq are now on the same sides, and damn, Iraq is in big trouble. Oh no. And I think this is premature. I have to build my navy now. I don't have time, but I have my air force. I'm going to destroy all these enemies here once I've gotten close. No. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make friends with Iraq. I'm gonna make friends with Iraq. Peace. We want peace. Okay, so peace and peace. Send offer. So I'm gonna give you peace. You're currently at war. I'll give you time. I'll finish Iran and then I'll go against you. Whew. Damn. I really want to make sure that I'm doing, one the right thing all the time. I have lots of resources here at my disposal, and I can produce lots of troops. So since I'm starting to collect lots of components here, I have many. I have 10k components, so I can now start producing ships. I will continuously produce ships. I'm not gonna stop because I only have one base for production. Mumbai, I don't plan on annexing Mumbai, so I think having two cities for rare minerals production will be enough to keep me and my research going. So let me check the price here. So maybe I can purchase this. Yep, I will. So that's 13k. I can get the cash back quickly, but uh, rare materials is running out in the market. So okay, so Still has 2.1 hit points for the 5th Recon Battalion. Still gonna take uh, one more flight, one more set of attack, and that 5th Recon Battalion will be done. Okay, now let's go back here. So there, let's go back to the scoreboard. Australia is right just below Libya, so, and then Poland. So the main threat here with NATO is France and United Kingdom, because Poland is almost, Poland is ravaged. So he's not dead, but he's ravaged. So he's not gonna be able to help his allies. So what if once war came, so that's gonna be Kenya and Afghanistan against France and United Kingdom. So that's gonna be the front. That's what's how the front will look like. And let me check here. Maybe we can go back to the news, but we'll check and see how the United States is doing. Okay, so Afghanistan 3,532 casualties, and Iran 6,829. So it's a double. Um, Iran's casualties is double my casualties. So Libya and United Kingdom. Okay, Libya lost 245. Iraq declares war. Kenya declares war on Iraq. Okay. 4th Recon Battalion, Poland, Austria, and at war. Poland and Austria at war. Let me check Austria. Do we still have Austria here? So yeah. Oh no, so it's conquered already by Romania. Austria. Is this Austria? Yep, we still have Austria. Still alive. With Graz and Villach and Innsbruck. So he still has 3 main cities. So he's still in the fight. Yep, depends on his diplomacy. If he will be able to find allies. Yep, he may still, but he's just right there in the center of that NATO ring, and anyone will be, if you're surrounded by 4 countries, that's gonna be difficult to defend. And even myself, I'm not sure if I will be able to accomplish that. So I don't know. I haven't been to that kind of situation. Maybe if I will, then I'm gonna be one of those 4 countries. So yeah, that's the current state of affairs. Now let's go and check other cities. So we have Ukraine and Belarus at war. Belarus is also all over the place. So France lost armored fighting vehicles. So, and 1 mechanized infantry. So this most players loves mechanized infantry. That's what I noticed. They love the hit points and the damage also. United States, Peru at war. Okay, so United States only 3,000 casualties, while Peru at 16. So Libya 700, France 2,000. Okay, good job Libya. Okay, widespread dissent in the United States. Okay, and as well as in Australia. Iran and Turkmenistan at war. Okay, so world's most notorious nations: Iraq, United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Colombia, Myanmar, Cameroon, Belarus, Libya, Italy, Germany, and Afghanistan is not one of them. So we're not part of the notorious nations. Whew. So that's a lot of news to digest. We didn't had that much news from the United States, but let's check it here in day 13. Okay, do we have any news from the United States? Not that much. But anyway, if you will check the map here, it shows that the United States have pushed all the way here up to the north, Larongi, and the only holding provinces are the furthest to the north, which is Baker Lake, Fort Smith, Fort McPherson, and White Horse. And they no longer have any cities. So that's gonna be it for Canada. And he has been conquered here by the United Kingdom. Oh no. This doesn't look good for Australia. Whew. So I'm gonna message Australia here. So Aussie, better watch out for the US. He is almost done with Americas. So that means both the North and the South Americas. So that's his task. His job is to protect our flank from the United States. So he needs to conquer New Zealand, the Philippines, and all the other holdouts here. We still have an Indonesian holdout here in the Kepulauan, Aru, and the island of Yos Udarso. So he needs to finish them. He can't leave cities like or provinces like those because you have an unfinished war, and that's gonna cause you morale. Um, uh, that's gonna cause your morale to drop. And okay, a lot of things is happening right now. A lot of action is happening, ongoing right now. Um, there are times that you just really have to watch out and you know check the news from time to time. Okay, so let me check Russia here. Russia still has this huge territory here. My last game, during my last game, I conquered the whole of Russia. I built a strong base here in the Urals, which I used as base for my fighters and my strike fighters, and I've captured the whole of Russia here, and went straight went straight down here and captured Minsk, and then I annexed Minsk because of its components production. So that was really a good game, but that's my first game. I've made a lot of mistake. Not really a mistake, but as a new player, trying to understand the game, trying how to trying to understand how uh, um, each battle works, how each unit works. During my first campaign, when I played as the Philippines on my first world map game, and my first war was with Indonesia, and I really had a great battle with lots of casualties during my first battle in the Bornean Island. Let me just give you some history and stories of my previous fight. So I conquered Brunei. That's my first conquest when I played as the Philippines, and then right after that I made war against Indonesia, and we had lots of battles here in this small island of Borneo. um, Back and forth battles were in, we both captured and lost the Brunei city, and even reached Benjar Masin, and from there, that's I lost a lot of units during that time. It was an early game, and it was an early game war, and I lost, lots of units. My first mistake back then was that I sent my recon to conquer territories, and then I went, to sleep. And then I was surprised to see that my recon did not capture any territories. So um, it took me a lot of, I don't know, it still took me several days to figure it out that you cannot send an armored unit um, without stacking your motorized or any type of infantry unit, because you won't be able to capture lands. That goes the same as well for any support units like artilleries or anti-airs. So they cannot capture any lands or territories if they don't have an infantry with them. Okay, so there. So that this is the current expanse of my territories. So Afghanistan have grown big, and no other Afghan leader have accomplished this, um, have accomplished this kind of achievement in the history of the Afghan nation. So, but the world is at war, and chaos is reigning. Bombs are flying, and people are now building nukes. Millions of people are dying during these wars. And the only way to stop this war is to win. Okay, so sometimes I really just, like looking at the map and check how each nation is doing based on how they expand their territories. So Japan is currently moving against Mongolia now. He's sending his troops in Mongolian borders, and let's see. So this is going to be a big war for Japan. Japan only has, let me check. Japan has 26 units, and Mongolia, I'm not sure how many units he has. That's also one reason why it's not always good to build um, strong units like mechanized infantries, because yes, they're strong, but they're very expensive. They're too expensive. So I'd prefer to build cheaper units, and I prefer to build lots of them. And now Thailand is on the offensive, moving against Myanmar here. But Thailand is also ravaged by Vietnam, so Damn, Cambodia is, or Myanmar is definitely gonna have some difficulty here. Oh, 26, so he only has 23 units available and still has some units garrisoned in Calcutta. So he has a total of 20 units for this war against Thailand and Vietnam, including the ships. But that's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. I have sent 28 ground units to Iran, plus 10 or 12 aircrafts. So that's a total of 40 units. And that's how you will effectively eliminate your enemies. Let me check how many casualties I have here. So the last casualty is a National Guard. So I lost 2 National Guards yesterday. And that's gonna be my casualty for my whole campaign against Iran. Okay. I'm gonna continue building infantries here. Look at my manpower. I did not build any extra recruitment centers. I just, try to conserve my resources and be smart with my wars. And there. Okay. I'm gonna start building troops here too. I love the National Guard because of its production time of just 8 hours and 22 minutes. So you can build two. You can build 2.5, or you can build let's say 5 National Guards compared to 2 motorized infantries. So if you will build 2 motorized infantries, you can build an equivalent of or you can mobilize an equivalent of 5 National Guards during that time. So imagine if you have 5 National Guards and you know that you can produce them cheaply, you can send them on different directions to capture provinces and capture undefended territories. Yes, you will lose most of them, but you will capture many enemy territories. So that's another tactic that you can do for a National Guard. So there. So my planes are flying right now and bombing those ground enemy troops. And we still have here 11th Infantry Battalion still standing with 15.1 hit points remaining. And it's not gonna hold out for sure. And so I'm gonna recapture. Should I do a sortie? Not yet. I'm gonna send this infantry from Kandahar. I'm gonna send this to recover Bandar Abbas, and then we'll go here in we'll send to recover Juroft, and then we'll go straight to Bandar Abbas. Okay, so I'm gonna have to start building aircrafts because it's gonna take me a long time to reinforce my forces, but that's fine. I don't need too many additional reinforcements at this point. So plus I'm sure that Bandar Abbas will hold out since I have air support. Okay, so This is intense. Okay, 14 fighter wing. Okay. So it's gonna take two more sorties for my planes to destroy these scattered units, these scattered Iranian units. Okay. Whew. And this army here, this one is going to take a rest in Bandar Abbas. And this is an Iraqi captured city. So Abbas has been captured by Iraq. This treacherous dictator who is now allied with Libya. I will give them 1 week to leave. And France and the UK will conquer them, and also my ally here in Kenya. So Kenya needs to build a good relationship with his neighbors here, because if his neighbors here decided to conquer him, then he will be dead. But if I was Kenya, what I'm gonna do right after this is I'm gonna conquer Iraq. But his troops here, most of his troops are ground troops, level 1 ground troops, with 1 unit of each. But what's dangerous here is that he only has 1 unit of infantry, and if you lose this infantry, then those other 3 units won't be able to capture capture any territories. Okay, so he has a fighter wing here. Damn, so I really have a strong air force here, because I have 12 planes, and all of them are level 2s. So I believe I'm still unchallenged in terms of air power. But my troops here are too exposed. What I usually do is that when I capture the territory, I send my troops to capture the nearby provinces. Those provinces will serve as a buffer before any, so that I will be made aware of before any enemy troops reaches my captured city. But yeah, that's the idea, and you can usually do that. But for Iran here, I don't think there's a need. Because yeah, I believe he still has a big army here, somewhere here in his territory. Still has 4 cities left, and they can definitely still fight. So 4 cities left for Turkey, but only 3 are main cities, and then Baku is an occupied one. So my troops are getting close to Tehran, so his fighter unit won't be able to destroy this. Even if he has a striker unit, a unit of a strike or a striker wing, won't be able to destroy this. But he won't be able to build a striker force, because his air base is just a level 1. Okay, so Iran is a very interesting nation here. Iran is during ancient times, Iran is known as Persia. So that's his ancient name. So Persia was once one of the biggest empires that the world have seen. stretched um, from the Indian northern subcontinent up to um, up here into Turkey and up to Greece. So at the height of their power, where is it? At the height of their power, um, they have conquered some Greek city-states, and that's where the Spartan stories came from. The war between the Spartans and the Persians in the Strait of Thermopylae. And then there's Alexander, who conquered Persia. So a Greek king, Alexander, sent his Greek forces to conquer Persia. And so yes, he did conquer the whole of Persia up to India, where he died. Damn, this land here is full of history. Iran. But now Iran is a Iran is an Islamic state here in the present. So that's another history that is okay. So anyway, I guess there's a lot of things that needs to be considered, and I'm gonna have to prepare and plan for the upcoming campaigns of this game. So see you again next time. Thank you for watching.